Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is the series on how to plant and grow some bonsai trees. Now, where were we? We have soaked these seeds overnight, 3 different trees, and we now need to take them out, get these compost discs, these peats soaked in water. They expand to about 7 times its size apparently, and once they are soaked and expanded, we need to squeeze out all the water and then fill it in these and put the seeds back in them. Now, how do we get the seeds out from the tissue? Now, these ones, as you can see, they're quite large, so that's not a problem. Same with this one here, but this one had very little seeds. So I would recommend, to get the seeds out of tissue like this, is to pour this into a larger bowl with water. That way it keeps the tissue wet and it makes it easier for you to open the tissue, because otherwise if you take it out of the water, it's going to be very heavy and it's going to fold on itself and you'll be struggling. So I'm going to go and put these in some bowls, get the seeds out. So guys, as I'm in my bedroom at the moment, I've just got these in my bedroom. I'm going to show you a nice little trick. Now check this out. That's right, I filled up the sink with water. Now watch this. Okay. Now, if you open up, you'll notice that the tissue actually opens up with you. It helps you out, see? You just fold the tissue around, just move it, and there you go. There's your 2 seeds. So there's your red maple done, and your mountain pine. As you can see, they were solid seeds, so that was easy to take out. Let's see if the same technique works with the silver birch. Now this, as you know, is very small and fine seeds. Let's see what happens. Will it work as well? Oh, there they are. So there's the seeds. Camera's struggling to. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Both seeds have just come out of the tissue. We have our seeds out. Now, as you can see, that system was very basic and simple, but I've successfully extracted the 6 seeds from the toilet tissue that we put in the glass yesterday. Now, whilst those are resting there, what I've gone and done is filled about half this glass with water again. Now we need to get one of the peats here, these compost discs, and soak them in water. So what is this? Okay, let's put that in there. Just help it submerge. There you go. Right. So let's leave that in there. And this apparently will expand. So let's wait and see. I don't know how long this will take, but let's find out. I'll be right back. Okay, so I started at 11:43 and it's now 11:47. So it's taken about 4 minutes, but as you can see, it looks like they've all expanded to about the same size. To take one of these out, squeeze it until all the water is out, then put 95% of it into the pot, then put the seed on top, and then the last 5% cover the seed up. So let's go ahead and do one of those now. Right, I'm back in my bathroom again. Just grab that out. Look at that, well, nicely packaged. There we go. Now I've covered up the sinkhole plug there, just so I can clean up all the excess after. But we're going to squeeze that water out. Alright, we've squeezed the water out, so now let's go and break this up into the little pots. Well guys, as you can see, I broke up the compost. There's actually still a little bit left over. Just nicely cover the top. What I worked out was between the 6 of these pots, I only used excuse me, I only used 5 peats. So there was one entire compost left just to be able to use for the top. So there you go. Now here, let's start putting these seeds in. The book does say put it thinly. So I'm guessing, well, I'm guessing because I'm not a professional or anything, that you put it in sideways, thin side, horizontally, yeah, not vertically. So if we just drop these smack into the middle there, just give it a little pat so it digs itself in. I don't know why I'm patting that one, I haven't put one in there yet. Now these, you've got to be very careful because they're very small, so you don't want to like squash and break them. There you go. I'm actually very curious if these silver birches will grow. They're such small seeds. Again, small little pat. There you go. So they're all in there, and now just sprinkle some more compost on top. And there we have it, guys. 2 red maples, 2 silver birches, 2 mountain pines. Now after you've sprinkled the compost on top, just lightly pat it down. Don't worry, because you're not going to squash the seeds. There's air pockets in between all the compost, and you'll feel that as you pat it down. We're not trying to make it stiff, we're just trying to make sure that all the compost is level. And there you go. So that's about what I've filled up, and they're all labelled up. Now I've just gone ahead and labelled these the same as well, just to save some time for later. But now let's see what the book says. So we've got to cover them 2 or 3 times thickness of seed, perforate the plastic bags to allow air exchange, put a pot in each of the plastic bags and place them in a cool light spot, 13 to 16 degrees out of direct sunlight, 2 to 3 weeks. Well, looks like my next video is going to be in 2 to 3 weeks, but let's get these pots in the bags. Now if you watched my first video, I might have shown you already, but what I've done is I've gone ahead and pre-cut these bags. All I did was basically pierce a knife through the bag a little bit, just to allow the bag to breathe, and I've got in total, there's about 5 cuts per bag. So just make a few little cuts just so that the bag can breathe when you've sealed the top. And let's go ahead and do those. You may be wondering, how do we prevent the pot from tipping into the bag sideways as you put it in? Well, if you put the pot all the way to the bottom of the bag like this, you can then just pull the bag up over. There you go. And that way your pot's not going to, and no, I'm even doing this one hand, but there you go, look at that. So just put the pot in all the way to the bottom of the bag first and then pull the bag up around it. Let's do the rest. That's it then. So put them in a cool light spot, 13 to 16 degrees out of direct sunlight for 2 to 3 weeks. Right, I'm going to go and put these somewhere in the shade in the garden, and my next video will be back in 2 to 3 weeks. Good luck everybody.